Hey, if you don't know what full entertainment media is, let me explain it to you real quick. And I know I don't have much time. I'm a Packers fan. The first thing you're noticing is how long this video is. Piece of cheese. Who walks around with a piece of cheese on there? Please stick around for another 40 seconds. We're gonna feed a homeless man. We're gonna do 2 audits. You watch cop block videos, you watch audit videos. We're gonna do 2 audits in this video. We're gonna do a cop block. I think we're gonna do like 3 cop blocks. Don't hold me to that. Maybe just 2. I don't know.
Alright, Reese Cups.
Alright, sounds good to me. We're gonna go get you some Reese Cups. We're gonna do 2 audits. Okay, we're at Richland's town hall. We're conducting an audit. Richland's town hall. Also, someone who's working construction. Video of that town hall. We are now at the town hall in Buffalo. You're gonna get Kent Jones. You're gonna get that wrestling guy. Anybody watch wrestling? Look, I love wrestling. Kind of looks like an Aces and 8 mask, which is a wrestling group. Aces and 8s. It's not. It's just a mask that I thought looked like it. I kept it because I'm never dating. Anonymous. I'm not anonymous, but I love the group. I like what it stands for. Then, I'm a wrestling fan, so much to the point where I got a book. This guy, Vince Russo, he's a writer of professional wrestling. And I actually got his book. I've read every one of his books. The wrestling community actually hates Russo. Kind of crazy. He's a man of God. I think he's the greatest writer because he wrote the ratings for The Rock, This Is Your Life. Still the highest rating. Hey, in Russo's own words, if Vinnie Mac, Vince McMahon, you didn't write the greatest segment, you didn't edit the greatest segment, and even if you did, it's because you couldn't. So, Vince McMahon sucks. I'm an Impact Wrestling fan. That's another cool thing. Probably might not know what Impact Wrestling is. You should check it out. Because it is the greatest wrestling company today. It's been that way since 2002 if you ask me. But you're not. What I do hope you're doing is liking this video, subscribing to this channel, and hitting that bell for notifications. So strap in and watch the whole video, because it will entertain you, educate you. It will truly show you what full entertainment media is all about. Pro wrestling! Impact Wrestling, all the way, WWE sucks. What you're going to get over the span of this video, this is original content. It's not stuff I relifted, reposted, trying to get your view. None of that. What you're going to get is full entertainment media. It's going to be full because you're going to get a whole range of topics, from cop blocks to audits to pro wrestling to political, my left wing perspective. I think you're getting all of that. You're going to get a little bit. You're going to get a full entertainment media. It's truly what it is. And I tell you what, my name's Ken, and I hope you enjoy what you're going to get. We're going to feed a homeless man. Did you hear me? In the course of this video, we're going to feed, full entertainment media is going to feed a homeless man. Why? Just fucking because. Here we go. Please keep watching. And if you like it, like the video, subscribe to the channel. And of course, ring that bell for notifications. Now here we go. And one more thing. The whole video is not going to be badly read, like Ring of Honor or Season 2. That's wrestling companies. Get back! 40! Now, for the rest of the channel, in this video, we're going to do a cop block. I think we're going to do like 3 cop blocks. Don't hold me to that. Maybe just 2. I don't know. It's a fucking lot. Anyways, we're going to get Cam Jones. So I'm asking for your attention for a long time. For the next 2 hours and 45 minutes, I'd like to educate you, entertain you about professional wrestling, educate you about some laws you might or might not know, give you cop block activism, inspire you. I would like to do a lot of that. I'm here to tell you, if you can make it through Monday Night Raw, which I choose not to because that product sucks, and I'm an Impact Wrestling fan. Look, I'm wearing it right now. Please, stick with us to the end. And I understand some of y'all have busy schedules. But remember, you can watch a little bit now, a little bit later. Some real interesting content. I hope you take a chance to really actually watch it. It would mean a lot to me if you would subscribe to this channel, if you would like this video, and if you would sit back for the next 2 hours and 45 minutes and enjoy this video. Shay, tell them where we're at. Jacksonville, North Carolina State Trooper. This guy's trying to get some distance, try to keep some distance. Makes the drink work. Camera stays shaky when I zoom in a lot. Gotta just keep going back and forth. Just to keep the time, I'm going. Is this bacon? Let's come back here. Let's go to drinks next. Actually, I'm gonna keep it recording. What my plan is to park over there. This stop just started, so unless he's just on to the fact that he doesn't want to be recorded, I think this stop will be continuous. I'm gonna go up, look for a place to turn around and.
Going on back and back.
Carrot cake?
No.
Or just cake, period.
I know, right? Get it.
They all look crappy, really.
Huh?
They don't look that good anyway. Park on the other side. Really, almost at Hardee's would be a good place to park. So, if I could, we could do a little walk up. So that's what I'm gonna do. Here, hold. Right the list. Until I find it. Got your calculator? Alright, the sun drop is... I know they're fucking... I know I ain't paying that. Holy fuck, are they on the fucking clock? Yeah, we ain't getting no price yet. Alright, you wanna just record it as much as possible? Fuck, no, six They're on crack, or even they're on heroin. Let's go. These people were at Piggly Wiggly. They're on some serious heroin. $6.99. That's almost $7 for a 12-pack of soda. That's just crazy outrageous. What'd you say?
I said, I feel like we should just get the meat here.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
Else
yeah, at Walmart.
wherever, yeah. Because they was on some fucking serious crap. That's what meat we got. But it's cheap, so it's okay.
It's not. It is what it is. We're getting it. Meatitarians. That famous question, can I help you? I hope I get that James Freeman line where I get to ask him, yeah, I'd like a Dr. Pepper from this Hardee's, which I'm...
Can I help you? Sure, since you asked. You want to grab me a Dr. Pepper? You asked if you could help me.
Gonna add to it because there's gonna be a Dr. Pepper. Gonna be a Hardee's right there. Dr. Pepper right there. I don't know. I'll say, can I get a drink? But it's gonna be... I'm giving James Freeman that credit for that line. But I'm going to say, yeah, I'd like a drink from this Hardee's if he dares ask me, can I help you? Because I totally thought that was cool that James Freeman was pointing out the fact that they're not genuine when they say, can I help you? They really don't want to help you at all. Can I help you really means, what are you doing here? Quit recording me, in translation. To exactly how ridiculously long that traffic stops can be, and just make you late for work, make you late for anything you got scheduled, and the police just are. It's true example of how they just give no FUCKs about our daily lives. They just don't care, and it's not right. And it's just completely unfortunate, but it is the truth that we live in, you know? So, and, God, for that guy's sake, I hope the traffic stops over, but, and you know, with state troopers, if you watch the title of that video is Very Nice State Trooper in Wilmington.
Doing, man? Hey, I just do YouTube videos. I couldn't help but take the opportunity to stop and talk to you. Hey, what was that? Just asking you. Is this a collision? They have a direct? Alright, thank you. We're full entertainment media. A lot of videos that do YouTube videos, I understand, come across as a little anti-police. We're not really like that. We just watch what's going on. And we don't just do cop block videos, we do everything videos. You're the first state trooper I've got to talk to, so God bless you and thank you for what you're doing. And so we just know the Constitution, and I didn't see you doing anything wrong, I just seen you, so God bless you. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you for talking to me, because a lot of cops on, you know. God bless you. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you for talking to me, because a lot of cops on, you know. God bless you. Thank you very much.
I don't know if I put the Wilmington part, but that state trooper from Wilmington, North Carolina was very, very nice. Obviously I recorded it in a style to show that it has already been put up on YouTube. I don't know if you can see the date, but a lot of cops won't speak to us. So when the state trooper spoke to us, I definitely took note. This was in Wilmington, North Carolina. The title of this video is Very Nice State Trooper. A lot of state troopers won't talk to us. A lot of cops won't talk to us. We're going to have a cop block coming up in this video. You're going to see where we're going to do an audit in Pink Hill. I'm going to say it again in this video. I don't know. It's Pink something. We were going to do an audit in that town. But it turns out we didn't get there because of a cop block that was in progress, which turns out, I believe we saved the man from going to jail, so it's a good thing, you know. It's better to do a cop watch, turn to cop block, keep a man out of jail because the man was going to jail for basically being Latino. It was clear as day. The woman, we interview her, you're going to see that. So keep watching because it's coming up. And also, speaking of cops that will
Very
speak to
smart.
you,
Look, there he is
check
again.
this
Seeing
out.
if I'm still talking to you. We are. God bless y'all. My name's Kent. I'm with Full Entertainment Media. My name's Kent. I'm with FullEntertainmentMedia.com, and I really appreciate y'all talking to us. And
Going to jail for basically being Latino. It was clear as day. The woman, we interview her, you're going to see that. So keep watching because it's coming up. And also, speaking of cops that will speak to you, check this out.
it's pretty lit, so I think you'll know by me holding it. Right? I'm going to try to talk to this cop. Looks like he's a sheriff. I don't know if he'll talk to me. I'm in a school, so I want to make sure I'm doing everything I can by the book. If he tells me if I can get his attention, I think this is entrapment. I think he's clocking people right here. He's way deep in the parking lot, more than 500 feet, but I'm not even going to touch that conversation. I just want to talk to him because I think it's the piece that I need for the end of my footage. Sir? If he doesn't talk to me, I'm just going to walk away because... Sir? Okay, I'm waving at him. He's not going to talk to me. Sir, I'd like to speak to you. But if you don't want to speak to me, that's okay. God bless you, sir. I'd like to speak to you. Hey, how are you doing? Oh, I didn't realize you're a female. Can I come closer? God bless you. Thank you very much. I'm with Full Entertainment. I won't come much closer. I apologize. I'm with FullEntertainmentMedia.com. I just wanted to get a word with an officer tonight because I told I totally understand. God bless you.
Go ahead.
God bless you. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you for talking to me because a lot of cops on, you know.
To say the elephant in the room. If I have to talk to the sheriff to speak to you, for one, that's clearly suppression of freedom of speech. And for two, how is it that the state trooper in the same state, we're still in North Carolina in both of these videos?
God bless you. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you for talking to me because a lot of cops on, you know.
How is it possible that the state trooper in Wilmington, North Carolina can speak to me?
God bless you. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you for talking to me because a lot of cops on, you know.
But you can't.
I just wanted to get a word with an officer tonight because...
Look, I don't know what's going on. Somebody is definitely lying to me.
I just wanted to get a word with an officer tonight because...
You can't speak to me because I gotta speak.
I just wanted to get a word with an officer tonight because...
Some kind of protocol. Of course, now protocols are not law. So you can speak to me. It's
wrong. I just seen you, so God bless you. Thank you very much. God bless you. Thank you for talking to me because a lot of cops on, you know. God bless you. Thank you very much.
there's some kind of restrictions against talking to Full Entertainment Media. Is there some kind of restrictions to talking to the media, period? Now, look, we've all seen people talking to the police. This is clearly more, I feel like this is more against Full Entertainment Media. Maybe because we have a presence here in Jacksonville, North Carolina. Because in Wilmington, the state trooper can speak to me, but I think you're lying. I don't think you're being, which is cool because you're allowed to lie to me, right? As an officer of the law, you're allowed to lie to me. But I have you in a corner right now. I'm not playing gotcha games with you, but if I got many officers on film speaking to me, and then you won't speak to me, and you say the reason is because of some kind of protocol, you clearly just made that up on the fly. Because in this very video, right before, I'm talking to officers. Later on in this video, at the cop block that happens in Pink Hill, you're going to see another officer blatantly disrespect me, throws his hand up and says, basically, I'm not talking to you. Which is more genuine, at least it's truthful, right? Because he's throwing his hand up like, I'm not speaking to you. That's a state trooper. That's coming up. Never before seen. I'm not showing you a different video that, like this one right here. Never before seen. And I'm going to show you another one, not lifting it from my channel and replaying it. There's another one coming up, which turns into just such an awesome cop watch / cop block situation, where I actually get to talk to a man who was going to jail. When I pulled up, he was inside the car. I didn't realize that. That's coming up. I don't want to give you too much. We still got an audit coming up in Richlands, and we also have Buffalo U audit coming up, and then we head to Pink Hill to do an audit, but we never get around to it because of the cop block I'm talking about. This state trooper was definitely throwing his power around, and it's interesting. I don't know if I catch it on the video, but I want to point out, right, they're having a party right beside this cop block, and they're basically telling me, hey, look, man, you're going to go to jail if you keep recording the police. So the police have a lot of people right where they want them. The good sheeps. You're a sheep. No, I'm not trying to be offensive, but if you don't record the police and you're scared to record the police, that makes you a sheep. And quit bad. Start standing up for your rights, your First Amendment right. Not just any right, but your First Amendment right. Freedom of press. Freedom to say what you want to say. Freedom of speech. All that goes under First Amendment. Your First Amendment, freedom of speech. Now, your Second Amendment is right to bear arms. But like I tell that lady when I speak to her, bearing this video camera is a lot more powerful than bearing any gun. Now, I'm all about the Constitution, and your Second Amendment right is to bear arms, and I fully support that. It's very unliberal of me, but I fully support anyone's right to bear arms. Gavin talked me into that. Because I used to be, as a liberal, I used to be, I'm for bump stock and stuff like that. Now I'm not for any of that, and as a liberal, I think this is very significant. I'm not for banning any kind of guns because I believe him when he says it's not going to, because I know he's not a left guy, I know he's not a right guy, I know he's just speaking from the heart because he clearly states it, and I think he's a genuine guy. So, if you're from the far right and you tell me, I'm pro-gun, I want everybody to have, don't ban, I was like, oh, okay. But when Gabe starts talking about this, it resonates because I know he's bashed Trump before, I know he's bashed Obama, I know he's not a right or a left guy. He's just who he is. He's a special individual. And when he talked me into, when he started talking about, we start banning bump stocks, it won't stop there. I want to get back to what I was saying. She can speak to me. There is no, I don't believe it. I think she's lying. Same state. It is a different, New Hanover County is a different county. This is in Onslow County where she's saying this. This is actually really, really pretty close to my home. On Piney Green in Jacksonville, North Carolina, at the White Oak High School. She's probably 5 football fields deep in the parking lot, which if she's clocking people, which I come to realize that she probably isn't. She's probably a part of this, whatever's going on with these other cops that are in this same parking lot. That's coming too. But I realize she's got something to do with that and not with probably clocking people. But if she's clocking people this deep in the parking lot, and I have seen them do it, it's completely wrong. It's illegal. It's entrapment. You have no fair chance of ever seeing them. You're supposed to be able to see them for within 500 feet. Their lights are supposed to be lit up, and they're supposed to be no more than 10 foot off the road. And they're supposed to be 500 foot in both You're supposed to be able to see them for 500 feet in both directions going both ways on the road. There's no possible way you could see her almost. There's no way you couldn't see her 100 foot up either way of the road because she's literally got the school blocking the view from one direction and a wood line blocking the view from another direction. So if she was to clock people, it's a clear case of entrapment. She's not within her legal rights to do this. Now, I don't know if that's what she's doing. I think she's doing something else. As far as there's other, you'll see that too as well. I accidentally found out because I went around the backside of the school because I didn't want them to read my tag. And that's just simple because I don't want to give them free information where I already talked about that, so I won't talk about that again. So I think she's lying when she tells me she can't talk to me unless I have to go to the department. Because anybody knows that if I go to the department and ask for a comment, I'm going to I might as well be slamming my head on this wall over here, right? Because I'm not going to get anywhere. All right, keep watching. Again, 2 audits coming up, plus an awesome cop block. Full entertainment media. God bless each and every one of you. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and of course ring that bell so you can get the notifications. I'm Kent Jones. Keep watching. Gotta talk to the sheriffs for a press release. Well, I tried. God bless you. Like I said, I think it's entrapment. I think she's really far away. I was referring to her as a male, but that's clearly, I don't know. I mean, she'll just tell me she's not clocking people, but that's a long ways. But anyways, there you go. I didn't get my comment. I was hoping I could close this blog with a good comment from a police officer, but I didn't get it. But that's what it is. Don't want to talk to the media. I mean, how am I supposed to interpret that other than you got something to hide when you don't want to talk to the media? But at least she started to talk to me, but when she realized I was the media, she clearly didn't want to speak to me anymore. So it is what it is. Log out. Hey, how you doing, sweetheart? You ready to get my mom some cookout? Baby, smile. Smile, sweetheart. Say it. Tell him something.
Log out.
And so maybe we got a case of another state trooper. Although it's still entrapment. Any way you look at it, he's setting the median and waited to clock this guy. This is absolutely unbelievable. They stop people for this freaking long. I would love to tell you when I get. And I don't know if he's got it stopped still or not. I can't see because there's a strong wall. Park right here. I can't tell. Alright, you gonna get up with me? You're gonna go live? I just can't imagine that he's still here, but here we go. If he is, he is. So I gotta actually walk all the way around this fence, so I made it a little bit longer. So we're at the Walgreens. You want to use it? You're going to switch cameras with me? Let's see what's going on. There's no...
I'm probably not going to get signal anyway. You get it? What?
What's fucked up? Okay,
Pants?
so he did have to stop right. He did have to stop right over here. Stop, obviously. It's not much of a light. All right, kill that video. So yeah, we tried to get a cop. We had a sheriff that was parked in the middle of the road doing some entrapment. It led to what it came to, but I got up behind him. I didn't like how I was positioned. I was going to reposition my car. By the time I got back to the traffic stop, I was done with that traffic stop, which is obviously a good thing. You know, you want a speedy traffic stop. Oh, I can't turn that on. Too much here. You want a speedy traffic stop, so I commend him for getting his traffic stop done in an efficient time. And when cops do the right thing, or sheriffs, or state troopers do the right thing, they deserve credit for it. And obviously, I don't know if he wrapped it up because of my presence. I don't even know if he knew my presence existed. But obviously, we got to talk about the fact that he was committing entrapment. There's the problem. The good thing is that he didn't get his stop over with in a speedy, fashionable time. The bad thing is it started with entrapment. But you gotta, what they say, you gotta take it where you can get it, right? So it's a little good news. The good news is if you got pulled over by that state trooper, you might not be there until lunchtime the next day. You might still be late for work because the entrapment took place. You might, but it's still a little bit of good news in the bad news, which in some cases is not, right? The undercover that likes to hang out downtown Jacksonville at mostly around nighttime, daybreak. I mean, nah, not daybreak. Evening, likes to hang out in the evening. That state trooper is, he's an undercover card. He doesn't do much good at anything. That's the one that threatened to take me to jail. So he appears to have it together a little bit better than that guy. So until we find our friend again, we are on the way to the Richlands Police Department to do an audit. So that's where all this is going. We're headed to Richlands to do an audit, and we got caught up in the state trooper little incident, which didn't really amount to much, but he clearly had stopped 2 cars in an illegal speed trap. That, if you haven't caught on, that's a big thing in Jacksonville. They make up their reasons of why they choose to do it, but it's against the law. It's unconstitutional. It's entrapment. It's not right, and it's got to stop. I don't know how we're gonna stop it. I think this video camera is the best way to stop it, but we'll keep on it with our activism. And then, it is what it is. We're headed to Richlands for an audit, and sometimes they like to hang out right here behind this church. There's a church right here, and sometimes they like to hang out right there. If he is right there, I'd like to pull up, but let's see. He's not right there. But it's unfortunate that they feel the need to sit in places and wait for people to commit crimes. Which, if you collect a crime by doing an illegal activity, sitting in the middle of a median and waiting for somebody to fly by you,
then you got that evidence of that crime illegally, so it's not in void. All right, but unfortunately in our court system and the way the DA is rigged against us, we know how it'll go. They don't see it that way. If he clocks you speeding, he clocked you speeding. It is what it is. It's unfortunate, and unless we see another little copper, we'll see you at the Richlands Police Department. Okay, we're at Richlands Town Hall. We're conducting an audit. This is Richlands Town Hall, and we're conducting an audit. So got a couple sheriff's cars here. Not sheriff's cars, just cop cars. We're gonna let's go this way. Hey Shay, how you doing, baby? Traffic enforcement. This is an unmarked police car right here. Richlands Police. Here's another one. The car numbers?
Yeah.
Um,
Cars don't have numbers unless they're on the other side.
he's got notes right there. That's real secure.
What?
He's got his notepad right there. He's got like different. Ooh, what's going on? He's got his notepads right there. That's real good.
Cars don't have numbers on them and they're supposed to. Oh, there it is.
Where? I don't see it. That just says police. I cannot believe he has a notepad. I didn't record the notepad, obviously, because I care about people's safety, but clearly he doesn't. I don't know what was on the notepad, but I assume it was like ticket notes and stuff like that.
You're supposed to just leave that laying there.
Yeah. Wonder how this is gonna go.
That should be interesting.
You wanna walk in first?
When?
I like that my light's on because it lets them know I'm recording, so maybe they won't ask that stupid question. No soliciting. Okay, well that ends that.
Tonight, if it buzzed.
Yeah, it says Richland Town Hall will be closed on January 1st. Well, it's not January 1st.
It's not closed. What the hell?
Unless they closed it seeing us in the parking lot, which...
That's not legal.
well, I don't know. It says...
Unless you go on the other side.
It says no soliciting, but this
We're not soliciting.
well, no. This unless it's backed up by law, that sign's not worth more than the sheet of paper it's written on. So unless it was ordered by a judge, it really...
Was that court orders?
well, they'll say yes.
Like, show me where it was. All you gotta do is ask them where it was.
And when we go to the courthouse, what we'll do if they say it's court ordered. Well, we're at the Richland Town Hall, so they should have that on file if it's... We didn't get much, but I'm going to go get the sign real quick. You got the flag at half-mast?
There were cars around the other side, though.
Yeah, let's go get those cars. I want to get this sign real quick. I want to get this sign real quick. So this is the police department and the town administration, town hall. All in one. Richlands is a great big old town, as y'all see. No, I'm not knocking Richlands. I'm sure there's fine people who...
It's so big that they're going to put the police department building.
I'm not knocking people at Richlands by any means. I'm sure there's great people here. I'm sure some of these officers are great officers. At least I would hope. I'm going to stay away from the personal vehicles. I've watched enough audits that they try to... I'm just going to stay away from it. It's not... They like to say that we record their... That's one of their big defenses, that we record their personal vehicles. What the...
Those two.
Oh, yeah. These are definitely police cars. I'm going to just do this real quick. But I'm not going to record license plates on those. But I will get those. These two right here. Because these are owned by us. So there's no reason why we shouldn't have their license plates. They certainly have our license plates when they pull us over. So it's got state tags on it, so it definitely belongs to us. I hear somebody talking, so somebody knows we're here. They certainly closed the doors on us. Oh yeah. That's exactly what it was. I misspoke. They got their scanners still on. These are real organized people here. I mean, not that it's a big deal, but truth be told, that does put wear and tear on the equipment. Not that I'm not really trying to play gotcha games. I'm just saying, like, it's a little thing, and the little things really do add up. I mean, we're out here because of all the little things that have added up throughout time. That's why, Tom Zebras, Jane Friedman, that's why they all do this. That's why we all do this, because it's at a point where we have to, right? All we're doing is, saying we want our rights back. We want police to respect the law. I had some business cards actually made today, and I mean, that's one of the things it says, we don't think it's too much to ask for people to respect the law. So that's going to wrap it up. I'll get this one real quick. I'm going to get a far shot. It's just a mailbox, but... Alright, that's going to wrap it up for the Richlands Town Hall. Hey, by the way, this is going to be part of a playlist today, because we had a traffic stop earlier on. Let's get across the road. It's going to be part of a playlist. So, I'll put this in as video 3 on the playlist. So if you're not watching this as video 3, we're gonna call this our Saturday Adventures Cop Watching. Saturday Adventures Cop Watching playlist. So we've already done the Richland video of that town hall. We are now at the town hall in Buffalo, or I think it's called. We're gonna get this car. Oh, I don't know if the cop's in that car. And those are all look like personal cars, so I'm not going to go any further as far as that way goes. I think that look at the lights. I can't. It says town hall, and I don't know if they're going to be open because the other one wasn't open in Richland, so I don't know if Buffalo View is going. That's where we are, by the way, Buffalo View. I don't know if I said it. I know that's the sound seems more correct, but we're in Buffalo View doing an audit. Again, watch this will be on part of the Saturday Cop Watch playlist. The Saturday Cop Watch playlist. It'll be just for this Saturday. If we do another one on a Saturday, it'll be something different. So it'll only involve, that playlist will forever only have this Saturday on it. And this motherfucker, I want you to know we are in a small town. There's nothing wrong with small towns. But this motherfucking building is absolutely huge. It's absolutely huge. I'm walking out here just so you can get. I mean, I can't show you a better example of wasteful spending than this building. It is just. Wait till I do this shot. How insane is this? Now, again, I'm going to point out the fact that we are in a small town, and look at it. Jesus Christ! It's just absolutely freaking ridiculous. I look at this town, folks. I'm just gonna look at that. Now, maybe they could have fixed that building up instead of building this. And this might even be a jail based off the size of this place. This is just crazy. This is absolutely crazy. The door's locked, so I don't know if I didn't check that sign to see if it says please ring bell. I guess they mean when you're at that desk. And then that's a locked door, as you see. There's a restroom right there. I don't know if oh, you can't see nothing in that door. Obviously, they got something in there they don't want you to see. I don't know what the room is, but I'll walk with me, Shay. This building actually wraps all the way around here, so I'm going to walk on this sidewalk that these poor people in Bethlehem paid for. Jesus Christ. This is absolutely craziness. I don't know what is going on there. Oh, that's a mattress flapping in the wind. Jesus Christ. That might be a noise complaint for this big police department. They got to make up some kind of crimes to pay for this sucker. Jesus Christ. I hope this building was converted from something else. Hopefully this used to be a school, or maybe it is a school. I'm just in awe at they got a Christmas tree up here. And they got all the windows very well tinted, but there is a Christmas tree in there. And it's just after Christmas. I believe it's the first Saturday after Christmas, right? He said, I don't know. Alright, I guess that means we flooded in Hurricane Florence, based off the fact that there's water sitting there. That's a reflection of those cars sitting over there. And again, I know that they'll try to say you're recording their personal vehicles, so I won't record. I'll record like that, but well, let me get that. That's a pretty cool shot. So, got the flag at half-mast, this huge-ass building, which is their town hall. Hopefully I can get the glare off of that. That's town of Bethlehem. Sorry if I'm murdering y'all's town's name. That's cool across the road. Look, I don't know if that's going to show. Look, Joy. That's cool. I like that. Let me get up on these steps. Not much to this one either, but maybe if I go flat all the way against it. Yeah, you can see a little bit in there. This is actually, that door does a lot of good. From the other side, you're just looking at the door from the first door I showed you. And then this door is the other side of it. So I guess to keep people from running through their buildings. Again, I don't know how much more wasteful it can get than that. I don't know what this building is. God, I pray to God it's not. If they can't get it done in this building, I feel like they're probably twiddling their thumbs. They're not going to get it done in this building either. Holy crap, this is insanity. Oh, that's cool. So, you're right. There is video in service. It's watching you as you're watching. Oh, look, check this out. I'll do this.
I wish I had a sign. I'd hold it up. I don't know if this camera's got audio. FullEntertainmentMedia.com. Or just check us out. Subscribe on YouTube. I am talking to the camera. Oh my God. Got this place locked up like Fort Knox. This is just, look, there's another sign telling you that they want you to know that they are on camera. And it's clear as day. Look, there's another sign. They really want us to know we're on camera. I'm not going to zoom in. They all say the same thing. Maintenance parking only. Oh, I hear a cop car. Have they been called on us? That wouldn't surprise me at all. Let's hit this sidewalk. This is just crazy. East Point, is this some kind of educational building? God, I hope they're... Maybe it's like where they teach people, like to be cops, I don't know. Hopefully that's a cop coming, so I can ask him what this building is. You got the park. There's no way I would feel safe about my kid playing this close to a police department. That would scare me to death. Is that a door? Like, check. I've heard about the bridges to nowhere and the roads to nowhere, but that is the door to nowhere. If you step out that door, it's actually a door. I don't know if they somehow get... And then right beside it, there's a sheet of plywood in the window. You cannot make this stuff up. So they can afford this building and a sheet of plywood. So all them cameras and all that high equipment, sheet of plywood. Just can't make this stuff up. Got a flag at half mast. I'm guessing that's still for George H. Bush, and send out condolences to that family. It has been a while, so I don't even know if that's what that is, but all the flags at the government buildings are still at half mast, so I would assume that it's a presidential order. And every one of they got them. I'm not going to go all the way up there. There's really no need. But they got on every single one of their doors, they got the notice. So they definitely want us to know that they're recording us. This is just insanity. I really am so glad I am not a resident of this town, because I wouldn't want to have to know that my tax dollars are going for this building. And no offense, but like, this is what gets me. This is the park, and they don't pave the parking lot, but then they put their officers up in a building like this. And I don't know which building it is, but one of these, or it's all of it. Finally, an untenanted window. And oh, there's a security camera inside that. I'll never get that. Hold on, baby, don't walk across. So I don't know what East Point is, but I'm guessing it's some educational. And I'm thinking it's probably to do with law enforcement. Want to walk across, sweetheart? Now, I wasn't going to film these cars, but I am, because I definitely believe that they're... That's right. That's what I'm thinking too. It's the same car over and over and over again. So I'm guessing
these are probably cars. I'm guessing, I'm leaning towards believing that this is where they train, maybe an academy or something. Because it's the same car over and over and over again. Which they probably got a tax break to buy them. That's just a whole nother argument. Yeah, and they got the same license plate. And, you know, so they make this dealership obviously very wealthy because they bought this car over and over from this dealership. And that one on the end is different, so there's one more right there at the end, but I won't get its tag because it is different. And I suspect that, no, it's with the same people, so I am going to get that tag. Because it's got that same fairway Ford. Every single one of those cars, so clearly they have some kind of deal with them, which is wrong, because you would think that they would want to spread the wealth a little bit and distribute it over many different people that way. So but clearly it's probably an officer, somebody in law enforcement. There's some reason why they chose to go with that car lot. You can almost guarantee it. Here's another flag at half-mast. Always, whenever that flag drops, take notice. If this is an academy, I'm going to look at the sign. Maybe that's the best way to know. But with those cars like that, I'm going to guess that this is some kind of an academy. Now, anybody want to just Google it, they can feel free. But I do the audit. Y'all can do the Google work. That's so sad. That really gets to me. Like, I'm glad I walked out there and noticed that all those cars, the exact same car, over and over, bought from the same dealership with the taxpayer dollar. I wonder how much the people of Bethel View got notified that they bought all those cars. I guarantee you that they slammed it in some words and put it in his budget, and it didn't get much more talked about than that. And I don't know if we're in Onslow County still, but if we are, Harry Brown, shame on you, because that means you're a state senator. But I don't know if we're still in Onslow County or Jones County, which is District 6. What's that? Incorporated? All right, we're gonna probably wrap this one up. But again, look at this huge building. Whatever it is, Bethelville Area Chamber of Commerce. So maybe that's what that big building is. There's nothing on this sign that justifies this building, though. So, are you trying to figure out why they spent so much? You're looking at that sign pretty hard. You're trying to figure out how they justified all them tax dollars getting spent. There is no justification. This town is just unreal to have this in this little bitty town. And again, I'm not like knocking this town at all, but this building it is appropriate for Charlotte, North Carolina, or something like that. Not Bethel, not Richland, not one of these little towns. No offense, you know what I'm saying? I'm not knocking the town, but this is crazy, wasteful spending. In government, they always want to talk about wasteful spending. Here it is, folks. This is clearly a case of somebody knows somebody. There's no other way to explain this. Somebody knows somebody. All right. Next, we're headed to Pink Hill to do an audit at the Pink Hill Town Hall. So, if you're watching the playlist, continue to watch. Next up, we're doing the Pink Hill. And Next we're doing Pink Hill. We're going to be doing an audit of that town hall. And as always, continue to watch this. This playlist is called the Saturday Cop Watch Playlist, something of that effect. And continue to watch. God bless each and every one of you. And we'll be right back. Continue to watch the playlist. God bless each and every one of you. Hey, thank you for watching. This is the playlist for the Saturday Cop Watch that we're doing / audit. We're headed to Pink Hill to do another audit. I want to tell you, as we ride around here, I don't know what we're in for. I don't know what this place is going to look like. In Richlands, if you've been watching the playlist from the beginning, in Richlands, that town hall was appropriately sized for the town. The one in Bethlehem, that town hall was just ridiculously big. Like, it's just absolutely just ridiculous. I mean, if you see we're in the same kind of area in the town-wise. I mean, just run down shack. No offense, they're clearly just taking advantage of people. These people are literally living in barns, and I'm not knocking these people. Like, God bless their soul. I hope they do better. But maybe they're filthy rich and they live in. Look at this. I don't want to show people's houses, but this is just absolutely crazy the way people live. No offense. And that money could go to education, because we know education is the best way out of poverty. And again, some people are filthy rich and just want to live like that, and that's their right. But when you got town halls like that, they're not putting the money in the educational system. They're putting the money and putting a skyscraper for a town hall in a town that don't have a population that, no population. I ain't going to say a number. I'm just going to say very minimal population. And it's just not right. It's damn near criminal. No, it is criminal. It's wasteful spending. It's not really a crime to wasteful spend, but it should be. And I mean, this is just absolutely freaking crazy. And now we're headed to Pink Hill. And again, I don't know what I'm talking about. Bethlehem. And again, I'm sorry if I murder that town name, but now we're headed towards Pink Hill. And if the town don't grow instantly, I would hope that we're coming up on a decent size. Like I said, the Richlands Town Hall was appropriate for the size of Richlands. And that's it. The size of the Richlands Town Hall should have been the size of the Bethlehem Town Hall, but I lived in a town called Cumming, Georgia, and they built this big Cumming, Georgia. I lived in this town called Cumming, Georgia, and they built this just huge jailhouse. And ask them why they built it. They said because they get paid $500 an inmate. A cop told me this. You get paid $500 an inmate to bring the prisoners from Atlanta, Georgia. And so the town gets rich off of it, which is the good news, is the town makes money. The bad news is they're making money off incarcerating people. And the worst news is that they are bringing criminals from Atlanta, Georgia to Cumming, Georgia, and making money off of it. And then when those people do hard bids, because some of them are hard criminals, they welcome them to the streets of a small town in Cumming, Georgia. Straight from the mean streets of Atlanta, Georgia. And I'm not knocking Atlanta, Georgia, but anybody with a brain knows that the crime in Atlanta is going to be far more than the crime in Cumming, Georgia. You don't know the size of the town? It's a very small town. Atlanta, Georgia, I don't have to say nothing else. Everybody knows what Atlanta is. But right now, we're on our way to doing an audit and for the Pink Hill Town Hall. Now, by the time we get there, we haven't had any open town halls. That's mainly because we're in between Christmas and New Year's. So this is in Duplin. Well, I just seen the sign. We're in Duplin. We now enter Duplin County, North Carolina. So anybody want to do the Google work? Duplin County. So as we continue, and we're currently running on 241 North. So, good God, how much fun?
0.7 miles.
How far?
0.7.
0.7 miles. So, it shouldn't be too far at all. We'll be right back.
In half a mile, turn left onto East Macon.
You got it? Okay, so, as we're riding, you see the speed limit is 35. We got a cop lit up, so we're going to take advantage of this little traffic stop, and maybe we can do some good by just being present.
Take the next left onto East Macon Street, then turn right onto South Central Avenue.
Actually, park right here. Pink Hill Fire Department, so
turn left onto South Central Avenue.
car. Do you want to go live before we hop out the car? It's a state trooper.
I'm not gonna be able to go live.
Oh, well, okay, so I guess we're not going to be able to go live, but just actually take out your camera and just start recording.
I can't record.
Why?
I have no space.
Okay, don't worry about it. All right, we'll just go with it. It's a state trooper. We're in Pink Hill. Pretty good. The music you hear is from a little get-together over here. FullEntertainmentMedia.com. Check us out, man. We record the police. FullEntertainmentMedia.com. I don't care if they. Hey, we're not recording you. You don't even have to worry about the camera. It's for keeping an eye on them, not you. Good. You're recording the police? Can I record you? Okay, I'm going to zoom in. You're going to have to speak loud. So this is FullEntertainmentMedia.com. No, it is definitely legal. It's your First Amendment right. Your First Amendment right in the Constitution. You're definitely legal. Definitely record the police. If you're driving, you have to show a driver's license. If you're not driving, you do not have to show a driver's license.
You can deny. You can say no.
But if you're driving, you do. Well, they have to provide a translator. They have to provide a translator.
And he didn't have to give them his license because he's not driving.
Step back. I have to maintain a 25-foot I have to maintain 25 feet or they'll be tackling me, trying to kill me. How y'all doing tonight? Good. Don't worry, this camera does miracles. They ain't messing with nobody over there. Ain't gonna mess with us. Thank you, David Simon. He's from Mexico. He just joined the live feed. God bless you. We appreciate what you're doing too, man.
Are you live?
No. I yeah.
Well, there is a way around it. I don't have time to download it.
Text her back and tell her we're in the middle of a cop watch.
I don't think she texted me.
It's amazing they think that it's the group of people behind me think that I'm going to be in trouble, which it's.
Not too bad.
It-
We've been
it-
doing this long enough. We know enough to what we need, we can and can't do.
I noticed he rolled up his window pretty quick. That was actually in the video. And so I want to take note of this sign. We're on this side of the this sign couldn't be here without a. So
There's no
yeah, there's no
thing on it.
DOT.
There's no number on the back of it.
Oh, that's a good little reference point of where we are. I don't know how long this traffic stop's been going on, but it's been going on for over at least 11 minutes. I don't want to talk to you too much until the stop's over, but I would really appreciate a comment after the stop. Because he'll try to say I'm interfering in his traffic stop. Walk this way, Shay. How y'all doing? I'm going to go cam down so y'all ain't got to worry about being in footage. It's fullentertainmentmedia.com. Check us out, man. fullentertainmentmedia.com. This is unreal. We're now at 13 minutes. Let's get a little bit, create some more distance actually. He said speeding and not providing a license, I do believe. No. I can't tell you how I think this police stop would have went if we weren't here. I think that young man would have went to jail. Actually, lights just went cold.
Oh, 121.
That's probably him trying to trick us. I'm going to let him go, though. I really would rather talk to the person driving this car than talk to that sheriff.
Probably not
State
gonna leave
trooper.
till we leave. Because you know how they are. They don't like people in the street.
That really is kind of true, though. Yeah, and he leaves his lights on because we can't speak to him. Technically, we're not allowed to interfere. We're not allowed to talk to him, but I didn't interfere. I was talking to a civilian, so. But he's leaving his lights on, trying to make us approach the car. Then he could be very mean to us. Probably take us to jail.
Last thing for real.
So that's why he's leaving his lights on, but not all the way on. Oh, there they go. They're cold now.
He's gonna try to protest now.
Can you? I want to speak to you if that's possible. God bless you. You have a good day, sir. God bless you. Now I'm going to go try to talk to these people. I'm going to... Hey, how are you doing? I'm glad I was here. I can't tell you, I think that you probably would have went to jail tonight if I wasn't.
Yeah, and we don't know what was the reason that he asked him to pull outside, because
It's called profiling.
he has his driver license.
Oh, you do have it? Because I thought I had over...
Yes.
Can I put my hand here?
Yeah, you do. We do, and we're not illegal, so we already have the.
Oh, I'm not going to show your driver's license. She has what they call a real ID, which
He also too.
you have a real ID, sir.
He
In
also-
the state of North Carolina, a real ID. I'm talking to my viewers. In the state of North Carolina, a real ID is one of the highest validations of a light. You can't get a better ID other than a United States passport. So, if he's seen that, yeah, he said you were speeding.
He says that he wasn't speeding, but he was
Did he?
on the right.
You know, for the chain, they're speeding over there.
Yeah, they do change the speeding. The speed traps are crazy.
He's right there. He was specifically right there where the speeding changed. You know, you got over there 45.
He's sitting there. It's a speed trap, and if you, I don't know if you're gonna fight it or not, but it's a clear. I mean, you can use this as evidence if you would like.
He just.
I can give you my email if you want.
He just write a warning ticket.
Oh, he just gave you a warning ticket. Well, see,
Yes.
that again, I believe, and I might be wrong. That's because we're here. This camera does amazing things. They're terrified of a camera. So were you recording?
Yes.
Very smart, very smart. Hey, and if you don't mind, would you email that to me?
Yeah, I just.
Because I would like to put that footage in. If you could email me that footage.
I don't think because I.
You were scared. I mean.
I just tried to.
I'm just assuming you were scared. I'm not.
I just tried to record over there and.
God bless you for having enough sense to do that. That's what you have to do.
Thank you.
God bless you. It's your First Amendment right. It's not like your Second Amendment or your Third Amendment. Freedom of press is your First Amendment right as being in this country, United States of America. Your First Amendment right. The first thing they put up there is freedom of press, which means you can record. This went to it went all the way to the Supreme Court. So they know you can record them, and always do it.
And it wasn't.
It's what'll make them act right.
Because when he asked for his friend.
This is the only thing that'll make them act right.
The second question that he made was he made pretension like he was holding a gun or something.
Oh, they love to do that.
And
They love to do that.
And also, when he asked who was the owner of the vehicle, and when I told him that it was under my name,
Oh,
he assumed that he was illegal. Because
yeah.
immediately he asked him to pull out. And he just not.
And sir, you know you don't have to step out of the car, right? I mean, I know you've already done it now, but you don't have to step out of the car. If he has to suspect you of a crime, and you can ask him, "Do you suspect me of a crime?" And if he said, he has to tell you the crime he suspects you of. You don't have to get out of your car until he suspects you of a crime.
You don't even have to talk to him.
You don't have to talk to him. You have the right to remain silent.
And the reason that I believe that he assumed that he was illegal or something, I don't know.
No, it's obvious. I believe you're 100% right.
It's because he asked him why he didn't have his driver license, North Carolina driver license, because we came from.
Yeah, he was trying to get you to admit that. I'm gonna pause this real quick. We're not anti-police, but I'm definitely here to protect y'all, the American citizen. Or even if you weren't an American citizen, I'm not implying for a second. But we are, well, I'll take it another way. We are here to protect people. We're activists. And we love the law. And it's time that the police start following the law. Because they break the law a lot more than we do. They fly down through the roads doing it however fast they feel like. They go through any stop sign they want to.
Have unmarked vehicles.
Have unmarked, unmarked vehicle. Illegal. It's illegal to be in an unmarked vehicle because the Constitution of the United States says that all police vehicles have to be marked. So an unmarked police vehicle is unconstitutional. A roadblock is unconstitutional, and this is the way we're going to stop it. We're going to take our country back. And Donald Trump says we're going to make America great again. We sure are. He's the tyrant, though. We got to get rid of that. That's a whole other political argument. But we are. This is how you want to know how you make America great again. You do it with a video camera. This is better than. And I'm for the Second Amendment right. I'm for people owning guns because it's a constitutional right. But I believe in my heart that this video camera is much more powerful than a gun. Because this camera don't lie.
And you know what? I thought that only to the driver. My knowledge was that only to the driver is when you ask for identification.
Correct. Yes, ma'am. I'm so glad you know your rights. That is correct.
I was asked.
No, he can't deny a driver's license because he's driving. But you are not driving the vehicle. You don't have to. You do have to tell him who you are. You do have to tell him who you are if you're suspected of a crime. If you're not suspected of a crime,
always ask him
what crime do you suspect me of? You have to. But if he can't articulate a crime that you're committing, he has no reason to ask you for an ID, and you do not have to provide it for him. You don't even have to provide him a name. But if he does come up with and he'll say suspicious. That's key words they like to use. Suspicious is not a crime. You can't be You can't pull people over on suspicion. You can't. You got to. They actually have to. Your taillight has to be busted, right? Those are reasons to pull people over. And we do audits too. We were actually headed to Pink Hill. Like the people over there, they think we're absolutely crazy because we. But where we were headed to Pink Hill to do audits, we were like go up and we basically just record like town halls and stuff. That's what we were doing today. We were headed to Pink Hill. Let me tell you, we're not going to go to Pink Hill today because as you see, the light's going down. But this is much more better conversation to have with y'all, and I really appreciate it. Can I give you my email so you can send me, or you don't have a video?
I do have just small parts. I don't have a.
Email them all to me. I have a real simple email. I wish I had my business card on me, or I'd give that to you. And the local news, you'll never see them doing this. You know why the local news doesn't do this? Because they like those inside stories of the police, They don't want to be bad with the police because they know that they're not going to get those stories. So that's why this is why activism is the only way we beat this, because the local news doesn't want to go there. Yeah, hold on. Oh, hey. Full Entertainment. Hold on. Full Entertainment Media.
You got it?
No, because I think her phone's in. It recognizes in Spanish.
Oh yeah. Hold on. Let me see if I can find it.
Oh, I'm sorry. I really want to make sure you have this email to pause that so we ain't get. Yeah, if he knows you're recording, that's your best defense. Very smart. Look, there he is again. He's seeing if I'm still talking to y'all. We are. God bless y'all. My name's Kent. I'm with Full Entertainment Media. I'm with fullentertainmentmedia.com. And I really appreciate y'all talking to us. And I believe y'all got a warning because I chose to speak to y'all. Or at least because I chose to be present. God bless you. God bless you. Thank you very much. she emailed me. The lady in this video emailed me and thanked me, and she said that, you know, her husband thanked me too. I don't know if he caught all of it, but let me explain a little bit. He didn't speak any English, or very minimum English, I'll say. She told me that, you know, the officer was taking advantage of the situation, of the fact that he didn't speak English. At some point, the state trooper realized, and this makes him a complete terrorist, a tyrant, a thug, blue ISIS, a gangbanger, collecting ransom money, by taking this man that didn't understand what he was saying and tried to coerce him into saying something. He took him and put him in his police car without explaining to him, because he couldn't, because he didn't speak English. That's unlawful imprisonment. I mean, the crimes that were getting committed here were just off the Richter scale. I mean, he was falsely imprisoning this man. It's beyond detaining him illegally. For all this guy knew, he could have read his Miranda rights. He wouldn't have known. It's not fair. You know, and forget what's lawful at this point. Let's talk about this. When is it just morally wrong? And it's just morally wrong, right? What you're doing is morally wrong. You knew it, and that's why when I showed up, she said in the email that her husband had told her that his whole demeanor, everything about his demeanor changed. He was in the cop car, so when I pulled up, I thought it was two cops in the car. I didn't realize it. There's this point where I'm talking, and she says he doesn't speak English, and I don't know if I'm allowed to record. I told her, yes, you're allowed to record, and if he doesn't speak English, he is supposed to have a translator. You can't read Miranda rights. You can't explain anything if there's a language gap. It's you are making the traffic stop. If there's a language barrier, you have to accommodate. Just like with Shay doesn't see. So if we go somewhere, it's not her fault that you can't accommodate. You have to accommodate her, right? You have to accommodate her. It's her disability. This man, it's not a crime to not speak English. And you have to accommodate him. I know some people don't like that, but that's just the way it is. It's the law. You have no choice. It's not a crime to not speak English, right? He has to know his Miranda rights. He has to know what the officer is communicating beyond crazy threats of violence, and which is what he's really communicating. You're just saying, you're trying to get him in a car so you can coerce him into saying what you want him to say, and turn your body camera off when you're trying to coerce him, and then turn it on as soon as you get him to saying, oh yeah, I was drinking, or something of that nature. It's not right. It's absolutely wrong. And had this went to court, it won't, because thank God this tyrant cop realized I was recording and that I was willing to go to bat for this woman and this man, because it's the American thing to do. It's the most American thing to do, is to go to bat for your fellow American citizen. Or like I told her, your fellow human being, right? If you know they're in the right and they're being wronged by their own government, it's enough. In the words of Owen Hart, enough is enough, and it's time for a change. The change came when I showed up with a video camera, and that's not me. I'm not going to take credit for that. That's the power of God. God put me there to record, and it's just a miracle that because it would have turned horrible. This man would have went to jail for driving while being Latino. That's just simple. He was a victim of profiling by a racist bigot cop, and that's as clear as day. This was a racist bigot state trooper, and it's clear as day. And it's a crime. This man has no place on the police force. He has no place on any. He has a place in prison. This man, this state trooper, belongs in prison for the crimes he committed in this video. He belongs in prison for at least 5 years. At least 5 years in prison. And I think I'm going soft on him. This state trooper belongs in prison for the crimes he was trying to commit. He took a man, he imprisoned him, then he tried to coach him into saying what he wanted him to say, knowing he didn't speak English, did not provide him with a translator, and he knew he was wrong, and that's why he gave him a warning as soon as I showed up. And it's wrong on so many levels, and it has to stop. Tyrant cops that just want to, his racist, bigot ways of believing were on full display. And not to mention it was a speed trap. I've been talking about speed traps a whole lot recently. And this was layer upon layer of corruption, and it's just littered with not law enforcement not wanting to follow the law. It's entrapment. It's unlawful imprisonment. It is profiling. It is discriminating. It is, it's just, if I committed the same crimes that this man committed, I would be sentenced to lethal injection. With no, I would be dead. Front of the line. Straight to lethal injection. If I committed the same crimes. If I took someone and I tried to coach them into saying something against their will, and I held them up in a house, and I made them believe that I was doing the right, they'd lock me up, throw away the key, and I'd be lucky not to get sentenced to death. And that's what this state trooper, I don't condone killing the man, but the man needs to be in prison for at least 5 years. It'll never happen. I'm not crazy. I don't think that will happen. But this state trooper and many like him, trust me, look, I want to go back to that Wilmington state trooper, which I don't know if she's never been called or pulled up in anything. The particular incident that I had with her made me think that we need more of her. Now, I'm not saying you're not going to be able to dig and find information that makes her look much like this state trooper, but I would like to believe that you could dig, and you would just find out that she cares and cares and cares and cares. Look, I'm not anti-police. I'll say it over and over and over again. I know the importance of police force. But I also know that when you got law enforcement that wants to strip people of their rights, when there's a Hispanic and they don't even want to provide a translator to tell them, we're trying to convict you of a crime. You can read the Miranda rights if you choose to, but it doesn't do any good if they don't understand what you're saying. He doesn't even know that you're telling him he has the right to remain silent. Jesus Christ. This man, without a shadow of a doubt, would be in jail tonight. But thanks to full entertainment media, that's not going to happen. That did not happen. I'm not going to say it's not going to happen, because it could happen again. And in this country right now, with the way it's going, it's likely to happen. And he's going to be Latino tomorrow. He's going to be Latino the next day. And that's not a crime. The same as being black, the same as being Chinese. Those are not crimes. Like I told the officer, it's not a crime to drive around at 2 in the morning. It's not a crime. It's a crime for you to pull over someone for driving around at 2 in the morning. It's a crime for you to pull over somebody for being Latino. It's a crime for you to pull over somebody for being black. It's not a crime to be black. It's not a crime to be Latino. It's not a crime. It is not a crime to drive around at 2 in the morning, 1 in the morning. It's not a crime to pull out of a bar. It is not justifiable to pull somebody over who just pulled out of a bar. It's not. It's wrong, and it's profiling. It's not acceptable to set up roadblocks and consent. It's not acceptable to do searches, unlawful searches. Roadblocks are nothing but stopping people without probable cause. One car right after another. You're committing crime after 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 crime. Every car that comes through that roadblock that you stop, you're committing a crime. It's unlawful. It's a crime to ride around in an unmarked police car. It's a crime to ride around on an unmarked motorcycle. That is crimes. Those are real crimes. You know what's not a crime? Well, by the books and what they'll ticket you for, it's not a crime to go fast. It's not a crime. It's unconstitutional. There's no victim. There's no crime. It's not a crime to have a cracked windshield. It's not a crime your tags to be expired. These are not real crimes. These are made up out of thin air as ways to collect, to steal the Americans' money, to steal people's money. It's wrong. It's unconstitutional, and it shall not continue. Let's get the pedophiles. Let's get the murderers. People committing real crimes, and leave this poor Latino man alone for being Latino. Give me a break. There's killers out there, and you know who they are already. They're in your filing cabinet. Just solve a freaking crime. You don't have to wait for someone. You don't have to sit in the bushes and wait for somebody to commit a crime. You don't have to sit there in parking lots, buddied up car to car window. Those are real crimes. Those are the real crimes. You're committing crimes when you're sitting in your food lines, in your Starbucks, in your Bojangles, in your Burger Kings, in your McDonald's, and your Targets, and your Walmart parking lots. You're wasting time. You're wasting my money, his money, his money, his money, her money, his money, her money. You're wasting their money, their hard taxpayer money. So you can sit around in the Walmart parking lot and say it's for my protection. I don't need your protection. You're a bunch of weasels. If it wasn't for your guns and your pepper spray and your nightsticks, you couldn't beat yourself out of a wet paper bag. You're pathetic. I know you're pathetic because you won't tell on your fellow officer. I know you're pathetic because you have no spine. You would denounce what this state trooper was doing, but you won't do it because you're spineless. I have a real problem with you. When you don't do these things, when you condone these speed traps, and you tell your fellow officer when he's doing these speed traps that this is okay, it's not okay. It's a lot worse crime than them speeding. It's a lot worse crime than the cracked windshield that you're pulling them over for, or the tail light that's out. Those are real crimes. The crime is that you're pulling them over, harassing them on their way to work. Those are the real crimes. You are the criminal, the thug. You are the tyrant. Now, the state trooper in Wilmington, I am not talking to you. There was a traffic accident in Wilmington, and this state trooper that you've seen me feature in this video a couple times earlier in this video, I'm not talking to you. When there's traffic accidents, that's when officers are supposed to come there and come to protect and serve us. You work for us. We don't work for you. We ask the questions. You don't ask the questions. You're an employee of the United States government, and effectively that makes you an employee of me and anybody you pull over. And the only people you should be pulling over are people you suspect of murder, killing, raping. Not people. If you want to pull somebody over and say, hey man, you're going a little fast, why don't you slow it down? And maybe if you pulled them over 5 times this week and they're just not ignoring you, then you have no choice but to ticket the living shit out of them. And I fully condone that. But come on, man. Come on. When's this nonsense going to stop that you're out there to protect us? If you were here to protect us, you'd be pulling them over, giving them a warning. Start giving out warnings for crimes that are only justified for a warning. Slow down, man. You're going too fast. You're going to hurt somebody, man. Most people care. Most people accept officers. Hey, man. Look, I'm talking to you. You. That one officer I can resonate with. That one single officer. When was the last time you seen your buddy patting up a skirt a little too high when he was doing a frisk? Call him out on it. Tell him it's wrong. Put him on blast. I don't think you got the balls to. But I tell you what. You listen to me, and you listen to me real clear. You might get away with it for the rest of your life. But it is my belief that one day you'll stand in front of your Maker and you will answer for what you're doing. When you're reaching your hand a little bit higher in the name of the law than you should, you might never stand in front of a judge of a human, but you will stand in front of a judge that will sentence you. And just remember this, and I hate to be that guy that's preaching when I know a lot of my audience, but this is just how I feel. One day, we will all fall to our knees. We will all fall to our knees. Whether we are liberal, whether we are conservative, whether we are Democrat, whether we are Republican, whether we live in red state or blue state, none of that will matter. And let me tell you, I love you if you're my Muslim neighbor. I love you if you're my black neighbor, my white neighbor, my Chinese neighbor. I love you. And you are special as an individual. And if you have been harassed by the police or harassed by any government that has done you wrong in a country that is telling you that this is the land of the free, the home of the brave, I love this country. I love it so much that I'll speak up because I know it can be better. I believe we are still in the pursuit of happiness to form a more perfect union. I never think we will be perfect, but I believe we can always be in the pursuit of happiness. I truly believe it. Let's continue. There's more to come. Right here. Don't stop watching now. There's more Full Entertainment Media. So like this video, subscribe to this channel, and ring that bell. More to come. Some inspiring stuff. We will, I told you at the beginning, we're going to give a homeless man food. Keep watching. Alright, probably going to have to make this one short because if I see him for, he's training, going up and down the road.
Trying to find us, because
yeah. Well, I don't know if he's trying to find us, but he's definitely looking for more victims. They got a warning, and I know without a shadow of a doubt that there's no way that they would have gotten a warning. We're not going to do that pink hill audit that we were talking about, obviously, because like I said, it's gotten darker, and I'm ready to head home now. And we are quite far away from the house. Here he is. Record him. Oh no, don't. Okay, go ahead. Shoot. There. So if he sees us, he's gonna.
ow.
Yeah, he's gonna. But I don't want to pull out right now, but he waited for us to leave.
He tried to. Didn't really go for it, but.
All right, we're leaving Pink Hill. If that state trooper decides he wants to pull us, we'll definitely light this camera back up. God bless each and every one of you. FullEntertainmentMedia.com. Remember to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and ring that bell. Thank you, and God bless each and every one of you. Hey, so that was an awesome cop watch. I'll still call it a cop watch and not a cop block because the cop was probably doing more suspicious behavior. Like, he pulled him out of that car, obviously, in a profiling aspect, and he did that clearly because, he felt like he could. And then when we showed up, but she was already recording. I'm so proud of her for recording. She was already recording, and I asked for the email, so hopefully we can get that footage. But that was just so freaking awesome. Absolutely freaking awesome. I wanted to email myself from that. I hope I did get that email. Anyways, I digress. How freaking awesome was that? Because she actually spoke to us and told us she was already recording. I'm so proud of her for recording. Because we have to record the police. Always record the police. I mean, she probably did a lot of good for herself, but when she... And I'm willing to bet that state trooper was lacking intelligence enough to the point where he thought her recording and us recording that she called us. But it turns out she didn't call us. I hate to say this for the people who don't believe, but I believe Jesus Christ called us to that stop. Because that was just too perfect. Her recording, her willingness. And I don't know if she knows the Lord, but there's nothing more beautiful than what happened there, because that man got a warning. And state troopers and officers everywhere that are watching this, give out more warnings. Because if they're not, if you just really want them to slow down, the best way you can do is light them up, give them a warning, but you didn't have to make it over a 12-minute stop. And I don't know how long the stop was, but I know I was recording for over 12 minutes, so therefore the stop had to be for over 12 minutes. And don't do speed traps. Stop. Don't drop the speed limit for 10 foot just to fucking raise the speed limit again. It's not right. Who cares if you're right in the law or the bounds of the law? What about having some morals and know that you shouldn't be screwing up people's lives over something so irrelevant? Go get a rape. Go find somebody who's killing somebody. Someone who's raping somebody. Stop messing with people. It's not right. Don't drop the speed limit. Don't stop with the roadblocks. It's nonsense. It doesn't stop drunk driving. Stop with the DUI checkpoints. Y'all just call it DI. Stop. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. It's nonsense. So all the officers, understand this. We put it on our business card. We just think police should follow the law. We're not anti-police. We love the police because we understand how important and how necessary they are. But harassing people, harassing and collecting is a crime. You can't do it. It's not right. You can do it, but we're going to do our damnedest to put an end to it. And Gavin had to move out of this damn country because of tyrants that don't want to follow the Constitution. It's not right. I call on Donald Trump, the president, or anybody who's lawfully can do it, to pardon Gavin. He deserves a pardon. So I don't even know if he wants a pardon. He probably never wants to come back in this country because he probably never feels, I don't know what he feels like, but I'm saying I'm calling for a pardon of Gavin so he can come back to the country that he loves very much. Do you hear me? He had to leave his country because he followed the law too much, because he believed in the law too much. Just like me. Just like so many like me, like Tom Zebra. So many like me, like James Freeman. And I'm willing to bet that we come from all parts of the political spectrum. From the far left to the far right. Some of us don't even care enough to vote. I know I hear Gavin talk about vote harder, which tells me he probably doesn't vote. I vote. I'm a hardcore liberal. But we are all brothers and sisters. To Jesus Christ, we're the children of God. Whether you believe in that or not, have this belief that we are all here in America, and we have a common, or maybe not with Gavin because he's been forced to leave the country, but we all have a common goal. Whether we're Democrats or Republicans, whether we're left or we're to the right or far, far right or far, far left. Look, if you're part of Anonymous, I'll take it a step further. If you're part of the Tea Party or you're part of Occupy Wall Street, understand we are more alike than you will ever know. Because whether you're with Occupy Wall Street and you're on the far, 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 far right, or far, 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 far left, or you're with the Tea Party and you're with the far, far, far right and the far, far, far left. And I say that because you really can be on both sides of the political spectrum. They don't make the rules. We're American citizens. We make the rules. Let's pardon Gavin. Let's get the people together that can make that happen. Gavin deserves a pardon. He deserves a right to come back into this country. And there's a GoFundMe page. I have a GoFundMe page on fullentertainmentmedia.com. And I make this promise to you. I will pay Gavin if we can get the funding. I don't even know if Gavin, I haven't spoken to him, never had a conversation with him before. But if we can get it together, I will pay every lawyer fee I can. I know Gavin doesn't want to pay. He thinks the DA and the lawyers, maybe he doesn't want it. And maybe I'm barking up a tree that I shouldn't bark up without talking to him. But whatever it takes, his legal fees, if we can get a GoFundMe page, I'll spend that money. I'll spend that money on his legal fees. And also, any other activist any other activist with over 100 subscribers. I do want to put that in there. If you are an activist and you have over 100 subscribers, fullentertainmentmedia.com will create a GoFundMe page to pay any of your legal bills that you might acquire because you're an activist. If you got in trouble lawfully, which means not that they seen it as lawful, that it actually backs up with the Constitution. If it is backed up by the Constitution, a GoFundMe page on fullentertainmentmedia.com will do its best. And we don't have a single donor for that page, and I don't know if anyone's going to donate. And if they don't trust me, I understand that too. God bless each and every one of you. But I will tell you this: we will do our best. We believe that it is if you have been treated, and Gavin's been treated wrong, right? So we don't even have to. That's not even up for discussion. I think one of the News Now, I don't know his name, he recently got incarcerated. I want to say News Now 303, went to jail. That's wrong. Just for flat out recording. That's wrong. It's got to stop. And we got to stick together. We got to stick together. We got to make this happen. And the way we can do it, no matter where we are, no matter how we all do activism different, right? We all do it different. But we can make a difference. And we were headed to Peak Hill to do an audit, and it turned out to be a cop block instead. I'll still say cop watch, because like I said, although I think it was more of a cop block, it was cop watch turned cop block, because I believe a poor man was being victimized, profiled. He was a victim of a speed trap. Then he was the victim of profiling, and then the man was going to be incarcerated. I really believe the man was going to be incarcerated unlawfully off a bunch of unlawful stuff that was before that. But when we showed up with the camera, on top of her recording, and then we showing up with the camera, I think that they realized that they needed to give that man a warning. It was in their best interest. And I told her, I said, we'll love to back you up in court, and we'll take the time out of our day whenever your court day is. She told us it was a warning, which is good news. But I tell you what, if fullentertainmentmedia.com is ever recording your stop, if fullentertainmentmedia.com is ever recording your stop, now we're never going to lie. We're never going to lie. So the truth shall set you free, whatever the truth might be. And that goes for anybody. We are here to tell the truth. We're not playing gotcha games with the police, and some people do that. I'm not going to accuse names. We're never going to play gotcha games with the police. If they're committing crimes, and let me tell you, profiling's a crime. If they're setting up speed traps, that's a crime. If they're driving around in unmarked cars, that's a crime. And if they're doing that stuff, we're going to call them out on it. But we are never going to be there to support you committing crimes. It's never going to happen. I'm never going to condone it. I believe in the law full-heartedly. I believe that people should not drink and drive. People should not smoke marijuana and drive. I believe marijuana should be legal. I'll say that. I believe it should be legal. But right now it's not in a lot of places. And we have to abide by the laws that are currently in play until we can change them with legislation. But we have to follow the law. I want to stress that I believe in following the law. So if you're speeding, you're speeding. And if you get wrongfully done, we'll try to take care of it in a legal manner. And I believe that is the best approach. I believe that would be the Martin Luther King approach. And I believe we are activists. I believe that this is activism at the finest grassroots level as it can get. And thank you, Jesus Christ, for providing us with something, a miracle like YouTube that gives us a voice. God bless YouTube. God bless the people, and mostly all credit given to God, because what a powerful tool YouTube has become for us activists. God bless each and every one of you. And we're headed back to our homeland to get my mother some cookout. The mom, and you can email the mom at gmail. Mom at fullentertainmentmedia.com. Had a stall. That long pause right there. Okay, that's mom at fullentertainmentmedia.com. fullentertainmentmedia.com. You can email me, Kent, at fullentertainmentmedia.com. And the person holding the camera, Shay, you can email her at Shay at fullentertainmentmedia.com. So I'm Kent, she's Shay, and the mom. We just refer to her as the mom. She's my mother. And she doesn't really want her name out there, to be quite honest. So we just call her the mom. So again, one more time, Kent at fullentertainmentmedia.com, Shay holding the camera at fullentertainmentmedia.com, and mom at fullentertainmentmedia.com. We're going to get you some cookout, mom. By the way, when we were doing that cop block, let's get by this 18-wheeler. I don't like being in this blind spot. But anyways, when we were doing that cop block, my mom called about 100 times telling us she wanted cookout, not realizing that we were way, way out of town. So, not that far. We're all right. We're going to make it back by her lunch break. So, we're going to swing by her place of employment, and we're going to bring her some cookout. For those of you who do not know what cookout is, I'm sorry. Cookout is these right-wing nut jobs. I'm a liberal. Remember that. They put the Tea Party flag up in their store, which I disapprove of very much. But I guess it's their freedom to do that. It's their First Amendment right, and we are all about their First Amendment right. But they're wrong. But being wrong and being lawful is two different things. I morally think it's wrong, but that's a whole other argument. I am a human being, and I am a liberal, and I want to tell you that. But Cookout has some, while there might be conservative crazies, and that's opinionated as hell, they are providers of some wonderful food. In my opinion, Cookout is much better than McDonald's or Hardee's, or it's just my God-given consent on my approval of Cookout's food. So if you don't have a Cookout, find you one. Come to North Carolina, come to South Carolina, go to Georgia. There's Cookouts there. I don't know anywhere else they are.
Virginia.
They're in Virginia too. Cookout is something awesome. So make sure you find you a Cookout and go to Cookout. Anyways, until the end of this, and it's going to be, I believe we're going to put this together in a pretty good video all at once, and then we're going to break it down so you can watch it individually, or you can watch it as one pretty big shoot. I'm so proud of what we've done today, and thank you, Shay, for always going through this activism with us, and thank you to my mom who supports me. And this is the best she does calling. I'm going to end this vlog. She wants her damn Cookout. God bless you. Did you stop it? Okay, we're stopping. This is my father calling. Hey, sir! Sir? Come here for a second. Yeah, man. Hey, I'm recording, and my only reason I'm recording is because I run an entertainment company. If you want something to eat, I can get you some food.
What, you gonna bring it to me here?
No, you hop in, I'll take you to like Cookout.
Well, I have a ride coming to get me in about 30 minutes to take me to the shelter.
Where's the shelter at, man?
It's over close to Moorhead City.
The shelter's in Moorhead?
Yeah, it's the only one I can get in.
Now, that's a good ways away.
Yeah.
I
I appreciate the offer.
tell you what, if you want me, I'll take you to Moorhead. It's okay. If you don't want to, you don't want to. I tell you what, just for talking to me, I run in. You want to get something out of this gas station? I'll get you something just for talking to me. I don't have no cash on me. I'd give you some cash, man.
Alright, Reese cups.
All right, sounds good to me. We're going to go get you some Reese cups.
Alright, that's sure I don't drink.
That's good news to hear. I like to hear that even better.
Yeah.
All right, we're going to go get you some Reese cups.
I'm going to turn the car off.
Yeah, we gotta turn the car. Let me go park. Hold on, baby. We gonna park.
I'll be right here.
Okay, that sounds good to me, sir. I'm gonna give that man more than a Reese cup. I hope nobody messes with me parking here. Let's roll the windows up. Yeah, we definitely getting that man a Reese cup. I'm glad I stopped. I'd rather got him some real good food, but you know we got to go to the mall. She wants her food too. Good, good. You think he drinks Mountain Dew? I think everybody loves Mountain Dew, right? Alright, Mountain Dew. Well, where did find a Reese cup? Reese cups. Where's your Reese cups? Alright. These are... I don't know which kind he wants. So I'll get one of each. What else? I'm poor, so I can't be doing too much.
Are y'all ready?
Yes.
See something right there.
Oh, got your card? What?
No kidding. No kidding. That would be my look.
You're at $7.89.
Listen, I don't think it has a chip. Just hit dab it as the top.
Not the gumdrop button.
Yes, right there. Yep.
Did you see?
No, we're good. Thank you very much. God bless you. You want to stay right here so you don't have to walk out on the road, baby? You want me to take you back to the car? Because I'm gonna... You just hop in the car, baby. Unless you want me to... I'll come back to the car. Here's my keys. I'll keep it. Alright, we're going to give this man, I got him a 2-liter Mountain Dew. I hope he likes Mountain Dew, a Reese cup. And I want some piece of cake. It's convenience store cake, nothing special. This is Piney Green and Highway 24, and that's actually the contractor's gate on Camp Lejeune. I just seen this guy out here with a sign, so I said, what the hell? We were planning, like I said, we were planning on going to cookout. So, hey man, let's hear Sanse, homeless, pray for me. I will, sir. God bless you. God definitely will pray for you. I got you a 2-liter Mountain Dew, a Reese cup, and a little cake in there for you. I don't know what the hell it is. It's a convenience store, so you know.
All right.
God bless you, man.
Thank you so
Hey,
much.
hey. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it'll be fine.
God bless you. Hey, look,
Thank
man.
you.
You're making an honest living. I'm trying to make an honest living too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm doing it through YouTube and trying to make money that way. But you know,
Yeah, I'm not breaking in houses.
you're not breaking in no houses. God bless you, right? People try to judge people. You know.
Yeah.
We were. It's funny because I was driving by you. We were talking about our Harry Brown's our senator,
Yeah.
and we were talking about that. You know, he's no different than you, man. We all putting our shoes on the same way, all pulling our pants legs up the same way.
Man, I was a brick mason for 26 years.
Yeah, I laid pipe for a couple companies around here. I'm too opinionated, so I got fired a couple times. So
Yeah, I got degenerative disc disease in my back, and I can't stand. I can't stand like block anymore.
yeah, that's hard work. I wouldn't do it. That's some damn hard break back and
I
work.
got a disability hearing coming up
And you do-
March 7th, and it's been 9 years, so I should get 9 years of back pay.
I fully agree, sir.
Yep, I paid my Social Security in, and maybe I'll get it.
I'll leave you alone, sir. God bless you, man.
I'm trying to eat, trying to make a living. You don't have to worry about that, bud.
How y'all doing? I'm ForEntertainmentMedia.com. We record the police. I don't know if you ever watch people record the police. We do a lot of different stuff, but I just seen this man out here, thought he might want something to eat, so God bless you. How are you doing? I'm Kent with ForEntertainmentMedia.com. Check us out, ForEntertainmentMedia.com. We're on YouTube. You can subscribe to us, too. Hey, man, God bless you, man.
God bless you. Thank you so much.
You too. God bless you. Log out. He's spotlighting, just letting me know he's here. But I'm gonna oh, there he is, right there. Just gonna cut back. I'm gonna go around one more time. They're up to, I don't know what they're trying to do. He is way back in the woods. I don't know what the hell's going on. They're everywhere. I don't know if I'm messing up a sting operation or something. Holy shit. I obviously rode in this parking lot to speak to that officer, but this is craziness. There's like 2 cops way back in the woods, so I probably just blew a sting operation to hell and back. I mean, there's police everywhere. So I don't know if they were setting somebody up for a drug deal and I just called it, but why else would you have police in the woods? Holy shit. I didn't mean to blow it. That's crazy. I hope we don't get pulled and associated with that drug deal, but I came in this parking lot with intentions. I hope I didn't flaw something if they're doing good work. But I'm going to keep this live because I'm pretty sure they're trying to set somebody up on a drug deal. And I just really, they had police everywhere. Yeah. And matter of fact, there was a car come in the parking lot, which I thought was suspicious. This is a high school, and they got the parking lot lit up. They got cops in the woods everywhere. Absolutely everywhere, which, again, I think that they were planning on a fucking sting operation. But this is crazy. Look, that's the cop I tried to talk to. This is White Oak High School on Piney Green in Jacksonville, North Carolina. That's the cop I tried to speak to. So I don't think he's clocking anybody. I think that's just part of a sting operation. But I might be completely wrong. But how else do you explain 5 different cop cars in the middle of the woods? I don't know what I just witnessed, and I didn't get close enough to find out, because if it is a sting operation, I certainly I don't want to get shot tonight, but I don't know why you would park your car in the woods with a bunch of lights on it. I mean, it had spotlights. That's interesting. That is interesting. I probably just scared those cops because they didn't know what to do because I wasn't their suspect. And because I had spoke to her, I bet she was told in a headset maybe. And there was a drug dog in the back seat. So it makes more sense that that's a drug deal. And if they're... Yeah. I didn't mean to foil your plans, Jacksonville PD. I could care less about what y'all do in a drug raid. If people are selling drugs, they're selling drugs, and that's illegal. And I already spoke earlier about how I feel about people breaking the law. I'm all for the law. I just want the law to follow the law. That was crazy, though. The freaking cops, they had 2 cop cars in the woods shining spotlights at me. So now we are at the light. We're still headed on the cookout mission. We're still going to get my mom cookout. It is 6:46. I am really pressed for time now. And we're at this is Country Club, and Country Club running this way, and we are on Piney Green. And I don't know how I'm going to get there by 7 o'clock. The mom's going to be mad at me. Alright, log out, y'all. Finally, we're here. Gonna get my mom some cookout. Give me some cookout. Shay doesn't want cookout. I don't know what she wants.
I'm at the point right now where I'm getting okay, so somebody's getting stuff. It's like 6.
Shay's mad. Oh, they took down their flag. That's good.
Is that what you're
A double chili fries with cheese.
What do you want to make on?
A burger. And I'm going to order 2 trays, and both of them are going to have everything except for mustard. Everything.
Alright, so everything no mustard.
But they'll be on both of them.
Do you want cheese and bacon?
Yes, correct. And then, and I want that first one to have a double order of chili fries.
Every drink?
Large sweet tea. That'll be for both of them as well. And then,
Alright, so
1 order with chili fries and double order of chili fries with cheese. And
chili fries with cheese.
correct.
Double up.
Double, correct.
And your drink? Wait a minute.
Sweet tea. Sorry.
Alright, take a meal.
And then my second tray is going to have a sweet tea as a drink, and it's going to have the same burger with everything with no mustard.
Oh, okay.
It's okay. It's cool. I apologize. I'm sorry.
No, I thought we were on the second tray. I was like, what? Okay. We went for the second tray. Right.
I want 2 quesadillas for the sides. The main item is going to be a burger with no mustard on it.
You said you wanted quesadilla?
Correct.
Yeah, 2 pieces of beef.
Beef.
On both sides?
On both sides, correct.
Quesadilla beef, That will be all?
That will be it.
Alright, so it's supposed to be 14.10. Alright, 3167 for your phone number.
Thank you very much. So, their flag was right there, that Tea Party flag I was talking about. And at first I thought they had moved it completely out of the store, but they've actually relocated it and moved it back here. So this was the flag I was talking about earlier. Inside cookout. It's cool. Freedom to do what you want. I guess if you own a business, you can put something up like this. But like I said, it was right by the counter, but they've moved it here. My only reason for coming in the store tonight. Otherwise, I wouldn't have came in the store. So blog out. So we finally have made the cover your badge. Hold your hand over your badge. We finally have made the delivery. It's her lunch break. And what the hell are you wearing on your head? Oh, don't want to cut you that. And she's eating cookout. You disturbed us during a cop watch video.
I was cussing that cock block too.
You're cussing it? What are you saying?
What's more important, cock block or feed your mama?
Well, we fed the mama and we did it by 7 o'clock. That's pretty good since we were in Pink Hill.
Damn.
We were in fucking Pink Hill. And then we recorded some more stuff. I won't give away too much what we did. You have got to watch this this video blog we're going to put up. It's going to be fantastic. And we bought a homeless man some food. Because the Lord will provide.
You took my thing.
Did I?
Mm-hmm.
She thinks buying homeless people food is her trademark. All right, so I'm not gonna record her eating her whole food, but she
I
says,
swear. I wish you'd get that camera out of my face.
email mom@fullentertainmentmedia.com. Shay,
Leave me alone.
No ice in that either.
Shay, tell him something.
Fuck off!
Tell him something. Shay, tell him something.
Bug out. Oh my god, I need to pray for this man. He about to die.
Baby, if you're gonna tell him I need praying for it, tell him why I need praying for it.
Cause
And you do need to pray for me because I always need praying.
everybody needs praying.
Everybody needs praying.
He most of all need praying. Cause he done drug me from hell and back.
Doing what, sweetheart?
Stop, watch, vlog, whatever. Then we went to cookout for the mom, and I didn't want cookout, so now he's taking me to McDonald's because he's drugged me through hell and back,
I have not drug her to hell and back.
and I deserve McDonald's.
You deserve McDonald's.
Yes, I deserve McDonald's because
Because why? Because your name's Shay. You can email Shay at fullentertainmentmedia.com. Well, why do you need it? Just because your name's Shay?
no, because
And you can also listen to you can listen to Shay's covers on Full Entertainment Media. Subscribe now.
I will get back to doing them when the weather decides what the fuck it wants to do.
Because it fucks with our vocal cords.
It really does. So, but yes, we're going to McDonald's because
I don't want to go to McDonald's.
you gonna suck it up.
And I'm full.
I'm
full.
because you got cookout. I didn't want cookout. I wanted McDonald's, and I had been wanting McDonald's
So
earlier when we stopped at McDonald's, and yeah, and I was like,
Where the hell am I at? I ain't paying no fucking attention.
that was like at like
Oh, yeah, I need to go straight here.
3-4 hours ago when we stopped at McDonald's originally, and I wanted McDonald's left, and I still want it, so I'm gonna get it. Yeah. So yeah, that's my rant for now.
You always fucking rant. Now me, I don't never rant. Have you ever heard me rant?
All the damn time.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, I ran.
Oh, I had a real bad rant, and I killed some people last night over a fucking Pepsi. I was so mad.
There we go.
Huh? I was so mad, but I found it this morning.
There, I walk in there, golden retriever.
Oh, cool.
Burger King's just as good as McDonald's, right?
want Burger King.
You don't want, but we're at Burger King.
I don't give a flying fuck.
We are at Burger King.
I don't care. I don't want Burger King.
Baby, let's just get
I
Burger.
don't want You ate already.
Baby, we are at Burger King. Look. Baby, we're at
I don't want Burger King.
We're at Burger King. Oh, fucking hell.
Look, I've explained this to you already.
She doesn't know Jacksonville as well as I do. I was just fucking with her. But in Jacksonville, at this particular location, on Western, the far end with the only one with Burger King, right? There's a bar right here. So there's Burger King, a bar.
Let's go to the bar.
Now, baby, what would you want to do in that bar?
You know damn well what I would want to do in that bar.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't drink, by the way. Drinking is bad.
Now they're so confused. They don't have to stay that way.
That's the point. I don't drink, but I want to go to a bar. Yeah.
Alright, now we're at Mickey D's, which is also can double as a Circle K. Circle K. Not to be confused with the Circle K that we go at the other end of Funny Green. Go to. I'm getting my English corrected. Okay. I decided to eat bacon off the seat, and it tastes really, really bad. Shouldn't have done that. I love bacon. I guess I do. Check that out. Can we order off these strings? What's up? You gotta touch that thing, I think. Eat out. Take out. Never done this before. Okay, what do you want? It says burger, single craft, rusty beef.
I want meals. Where's meals?
I have no clue.
So bullshit.
Main menu, all day breakfast. Happy Meal. I think this is it.
What?
Here we go. No, that's just for...
Let's just size. You know what? Fuck this.
I think we need to talk to a human.
Yes.
Hold on, let me try again before I decide.
When you go to McDonald's, I can't use the order screens.
Sandwiches and meals.
Yes, that thing.
Okay,
That's the
so burgers.
this.
You want burger? It says burgers, chicken, and fish. Okay, here we go.
Damn. What's the smallest burger they have? I just want a cheeseburger.
Just a cheeseburger. I don't see what... Triple cheeseburger. Holy shit, they really have a triple cheeseburger? Wonder why America's fat.
I'll get the triple cheeseburger, I guess.
You want that?
Yes.
Here we go.
Well, I'm already fat. I'll just stop eating.
Quantity. Meaning
Just one.
customize. You want to make it special or you want what they put on it?
I want to see what they put on it. This tells you what they put on it.
That's so cool.
What? I don't want onions on it.
5 calories if they put the right amount on it. 20 calories. This is so cool that they put the calories up there.
I don't really care about the calories, honestly.
Yeah, but it's cool that it's good that they do that. I dropped my keys. Okay.
I don't want onions.
No onions.
Where's the onions thingy?
The salt. None. Regular meat, American cheese. What idiot wouldn't want meat? No offense to the people who
All right.
Diced onions. There you go. You don't want them. Light. None. None, right? Light or none?
None.
Okay, let me tell you everything that's on it. It's got mustard, it's got ketchup, it's got pickles, it's got American cheese.
No, I thought it was Japanese.
Cheap cheese is what it is.
I know.
It's meat. It's a 10-to-1 patty. I've worked at McDonald's before.
I know.
Uh,
That's funny. Change.
for your salt, if you want to change
Oh.
the amount of salt. You want salt?
No.
Okay. I don't know if it's got salt. We're not changing
I
it.
think it automatically comes with salt. You know,
Okay,
everything
bacon.
in this world.
You want to
comes
add bacon?
with- No, I don't want bacon.
That's criminal.
You're a criminal.
Can we apply changes? Come on.
What?
Apply changes. You took your...
Yes. Just apply changes. Yeah.
Okay. Triple cheeseburger. You want a drink?
Well, I got it.
Add to order.
Yes.
We just getting our act. Okay, 1. And then
Hey,
a drink.
fries.
You're gonna... What?
Fries. That's supposed to be a meal. It was
Yeah,
supposed to.
whatever. We're not going back. French fries. Maybe they'll fix it. Medium.
One.
Add or to order.
Yeah.
This is the hardest thing I've ever done in my
Oh,
life.
it's a pain in the fucking ass. I swear. Is it a drink?
A drink. No, that's French fries you clicked on. Back.
Yes, back.
Okay, drink. Hold on, baby. Let me do it. Let me do it.
What?
No, it's right here. No. Fountain drink. Right?
Yeah, sure.
Browse by flavor. I just want a fountain drink. We'll just put Coke. How does that matter? It's all $1. Medium, large, or large. Yeah, just put large.
Medium, large, or large?
Yeah, okay, I messed up. Add to order. Let me do it.
There's nothing else to add to the order.
Okay, done.
Yes.
And it says it's 6. It is a triple cheeseburger. Purchase to checkout. Okay. Hit your swiper thing. Swiper, no swiping. I just used the Dora the Explorer reference. Let me.
Come on. Oh, you gotta hit checkout.
No, baby. Let me do it.
Ooh, I know how to work it.
Proceed to checkout.
Yes. Hit that.
You're really getting the pay here.
Yeah. Yes. Loading.
Yeah, I think it's time to swipe. It's time to swipe.
Got it. Move.
You're going too fast. Let me do it.
It says please.
Let me do it. I can have this done.
It says please follow the.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Let me do it. You're gonna...
Oh my god, okay.
Jesus Christ.
You're gonna get the same place that I did. Exactly.
No. It's because there's no chip.
Well, I'm fucking sorry. Yeah.
Try again. Pay at counter. I'm gonna try again. And then I'm gonna pay at counter if I can't do it.
It's not gonna work. Not gonna work.
It's because I don't have a chip.
Okay, well, we're gonna pay counter.
Really? You are not patient. You know?
I'm really not. I don't give a fuck.
You're just moments away from...
I don't give a damn. Give me my fucking receipt.
I think we have to go to the counters.
They're supposed to give you that fucking receipt.
Where would it come out of, sweetheart?
I don't fucking know. Come on.
Easy on the profanity. Oh. Here, talk to the lady.
This card, so I don't know what. Okay.
All right, sir. Thank you.
No problem.
Straws right here. Thank y'all. God bless y'all. God's great, right? You realize what just happened, right? Excuse me. God is great. That's just a testament of God right there. So we give that homeless guy some free food, and we get a free meal. God is just freaking great. There's no other way to explain that, if you ask me. Some other people might say there's other ways to explain that, but hey, what's going on, sir? That guy's got no problem because I'm talking to my camera. This is the attitude you get from most Marines. No offense to the most of the Marines. No, we love the Marine Corps, but this is why the Marine Corps has a bad reputation. God bless you, sir. God bless you, man. He knew I was recording, and again, this camera has magical powers. When it has magical powers when you're recording the police or just recording people not acting right. Anyways, Shay, tell him something.
Log out.
Just got brake checked by this yellow cab.
Just go home.
Just go home?
Yeah,
Because why?
you know what?
Okay. Oh,
Yeah, that. I can't.
the card situation. Okay, so what she's talking about is we just went to McDonald's, and obviously you've seen our card. We were having trouble with our card. Turns out our card got declined. I don't know if that's because we just got one of those temporary cards from Wells Fargo. Needless to say, the lady basically a little bit, the younger cashier did a little bit of implying that our card was declined because the money wasn't there, and that we were just being stupid.
And the money was there.
The money was there, so I wasn't about to walk away, and at some point the manager realized I wasn't going to walk away because it wasn't my problem that her service wasn't working, and she comped the meal. And of course I said, God bless you and thank you.
After we left.
I knew she would comp the meal, and I knew that because I've worked at McDonald's for 5 years, and I know that the policy is as after they've been in front of the counter. I'm telling people something I probably shouldn't tell them, but if you're at McDonald's and you are in front of the counter, as long as you're respectful, they're going to comp your meal. It's the policy to get you so they can get on to the next customer because you're going to back their line up. So take that information and be respectful with it. But if you ever in a situation, I'm not telling anybody to try to get a free meal, but don't get out of line, because if their equipment isn't working, they're supposed to comp the meal. That's the McDonald's, it's the policy, and they're not.
We tried 2 card things.
We tried 2 different. It's not like we were trying to get a free meal. We were trying to get a meal. We were trying to get a meal.
We were gonna pay for it.
We fully intended.
We fully intended to pay for it, but it just.
Their equipment doesn't work. That's not our problem. And this back to how it should be in America, right? Then I get to the parking lot and I get this Marine, and I made this comment that that's why the Marine got in his feelings, and I said, you know, this is why people think the way they do about, I'm going to use this light right here. This is why people think certain ways about Marines. Now, I know nationally most people just love Marines. I just lost my headlights because they automatically turn off. So what I'll do is I'll stand in this lamp and try to use some of this light. Oh, there's my neighbor coming in. So what's happening is, you know, people think this way about Marines because, you know, around locally to the locals of Jacksonville and Swansboro and Hubert and all the local areas. After 9/11, we watched this area grow up. This is our home, you know. So most of these Marines, it's where they're going to stay for 4, maybe 8 years as they do their tour, and God bless them for doing that. But they feel entitled. It's kind of ironic because so do police. You know, they feel like we owe them something. We don't owe them anything. I mean, they signed up for the Marine Corps. We don't owe them. We owe them their paycheck, and they get their paycheck. When it comes to the police, they get a much bigger paycheck, and I think our Marines should get bigger paychecks than our police, but that's not the way it is. Maybe we can work on that. That's a whole nother conversation. But I did want to touch on the fact that I said that's why people talk about Marines the way they do. I know if you're not actually around the Marine Corps base, you might not have ever heard the term jarhead, but it's thrown around. It's a derogatory term towards Marines, but I tell you what, it's because of behavior just like that. It's why the people that talk bad about the police, well, if the police would just act right, no one would have much bad to say about them. Of course, you'd have your outringers, but for the most part, people would think highly of the police if the police were acting right. And that goes for anything, whether it's the Marine Corps or if you're acting right, people are just going to think you're acting right. Say God bless you. And I know not everybody's Christian. I know not everybody believes in God, and I fully respect any of that. And I love my brothers and sisters of other religions because that's what a liberal is to me. I know some of you disagree on the other side, but a liberal is accepting. You know, we accept. Whether we agree, if you're on different political sides, or if you're the police and we just fundamentally disagree. It's okay to fundamentally disagree. That's why we live in the greatest country in the world. And as soon as we remember that and we reinstate what we truly are, the freedom of press, the freedom of respecting our laws that we do have in play, and the ability to understand we can always change them. Because there was a time in this country when black people couldn't vote, when women couldn't vote. And with the power of the video camera, today, God has blessed us with YouTube, and with the power of YouTube, if we use it right, like all things, you can use it and spend endless days and hours on YouTube and do nothing and just not accomplish anything. Or you can use it as a huge tool, and that's what we're choosing to do at fullentertainmentmedia.com. So like this video, subscribe to this channel, and please like this video. Please subscribe to this channel. Much respect to everyone, our Marine Corps included, and obviously our police force too. God bless each and every one of you. Epic, what you doing, girl? What you doing, Aunt? After Christmas, but we still ain't took our tree down. Alright, log out. My dog was acting really excited, and I was trying to get that, but she calmed down. I love you, Epic. He's a good girl. How you doing, Shadow? There he goes. He got some excitement. So I want to say this. My friend Felix, he does Talk Wrestling Live, and by the way, I do think I played a great part in Talk Wrestling Live, getting started on Blog Talk Radio and some other outlets, and thewrestlingtimes.com and yshooting.com, and all websites I've been associated with over the years. But I do want to give Felix some props on this one. Dave Meltzer, anti-Impact Wrestling, pro wrestling journalist, fake news. Fake news journalist for pro wrestling, Dave Meltzer, was questioned by my friend Felix about how many households Pursuit is in, the Pursuit channel, which Impact Wrestling is headed to. And, you know, Dave Meltzer was trying to say that it's not that many homes. And really, Felix wasn't even denying if it was a lot of homes or not. He was just questioning whether Dave Meltzer was pulling these numbers out of his ass. And here are some screenshots to that right there. And with everything, whether it's recording the police or bad pro wrestling journalism or any kind of journalism, it's our First Amendment right, freedom of press. So we can call you out when you F up. We have that right, and we will do that. Thank you, Felix, for having the integrity and the balls to call out Dave Meltzer. Hey, Dave Meltzer, you fucking suck, dude. You suck. You're not a good pro wrestling journalist. It's a shame that you're considered the #1 pro wrestling journalist. You suck. All you do is... I mean, I don't often find myself agreeing with Eric Bischoff. As many of you know, I'm a liberal, and Eric Bischoff's a hardline Republican. And Eric Bischoff's also responsible. So let me toot his horn a little bit. Eric Bischoff's responsible for the NWO, the single greatest wrestling storyline ever told. But I digress. He did nothing for Impact Wrestling. I digress. But needless to say, actually he did the reaction thing, which turned out to be really, really good. But one thing Eric Bischoff did say, which was that, you know, if you make your living like Dave Meltzer does off talking about pro wrestling, maybe you should always be trying to lift it up and talk good about it. See, I'd be stupid not to realize that the police are part of how I make this thing happen, right? And, you know, I need them as much as they need me. And as much as the American people need activists like me. We are all in this together. You know, we really are. Whether we're talking about something that's like entertainment, like pro wrestling. By the way, you should order Homecoming, January 6th, live on pay-per-view. You should definitely do that. Because it's Brian Cage against Johnny Impact, and I am pulling for Brian Cage because I want to see that feud with Brian Cage versus Sami Callihan. I think it's a dream feud. I think it's time that we get two young up-and-comers at Impact Wrestling feuding for that title that don't have fame from somewhere else. They're strictly Impact Wrestling guys. So Dave Meltzer, do your job. Speaking of do your job, let's bring it full circle. Donald Trump, open up the government, man. Do your job. You shut down the government. A silly thing about a wall that should never be built. A conversation that should have never been had by a president that should have never been president. You never won an election. You never won the popular vote. That's another problem. Dave Meltzer, it's a problem that you're seen as the top wrestling journalist because you're not good at what you do. You said Impact Wrestling was going to die in 90 days. Here we are. They're still in business. And every day you're still claiming that this company's going to die. You're still trying to make a living off telling people and convincing people that that company's going to die. Whether they do die or never die, it doesn't even make sense. You should be a cheerleader for that company and any wrestling company because you solely depend on them. Pro wrestling. You solely depend on pro wrestling. Yeah, you do mixed martial arts because you're a fan of it. But your bread and butter's pro wrestling, buddy. And people who are pro wrestling fans, I would say you should boycott Dave Meltzer. But that's freedom of press, and you have the choice. But this man is ragging Impact Wrestling dry since 2002. He's been telling you that company was going to go under since 2002. In the words of Owen Hart, enough is enough, and it's time for a change. And we can do that change with our police force, with our military. We can do that change with the way we do journalism, with the activism we create, with the way we choose to use YouTube, whether we use it as a platform of activism or whether we use it as a strictly entertainment or like I choose to use it a little bit of both. Anyways, God bless each and every one of you, and I'll leave you with this broadcast. It's going to be awesome, folks. That's all I'm going to tell you. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and ring that bell. And